All right. All right. We are live and on the air. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Bonsoir tout le monde et bienvenue. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, VA3 CJZ opening the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, AREG, for Wednesday, April 1st, 2026. My name is Chuck, and my station is located in Hamilton, Ontario, at the western tip of Lake Ontario, and we meet here every Wednesday starting from 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on 146.430 simplex. And I also stream the net on YouTube. Uh, because this is a simplex net, not everyone will be able to hear everyone else. And so streaming it on YouTube gives the opportunity for people who tune in can hear how they sound on the air, see their signal strength, as well as see my station layout. Again, my YouTube channel is my call sign VA3CJZ. Click on the live button and you can follow along there. I see a couple of people already. Wade and Droner Wayne have joined us on the YouTube stream. Very good. And so, yeah, and tonight's AREG is 1698. That's how many weeks that AREG has been on the air? 1,698 weeks. That's also in the YouTube title. If you need to look for it, look for AREG week 1698. Finally, I ask that you please leave a 1 second delay between transmissions to allow others to break in. And with that, do we have any time sensitive, one and done stations or priority traffic who would like to check in? Please come now.
VE, try UB.
All right, I heard two stations there. I heard VE3RUB, and the other station was just breaking my squelch. Maybe I can get a relay from someone. That'd be great.
It's Vern.
Oh, go ahead, Mac, if you don't mind. Please bring him in.
Roger can do. Okay, Vern, I'm your relay. Go ahead. How's your walk tonight?
Thank you for relaying there, Mac. Yeah, just out for a walk. It's 2 degrees. Feels a little cooler than that. So, yeah, a little unexpected. It was up warmer yesterday before, and I guess tomorrow's going to be 20. But glad to be back in Ontario, believe it or not, after spending most of March in Arizona. Back to you there, Mac.
All right. So am I correct in assuming you have returned from Arizona?
Hear him now.
Or you're looking forward to going?
No, we returned. We were there for almost the entire month of March. The last week we were there, Mac, we set temperature records every single day from that week. Over 100 every day, which is unusual for March.
All right. Let me see if I can share what I've heard. Okay, Chuck, so Vern has just recently returned from his trip to Arizona. He was away for most of the month of March. In the last week or so, record temperatures down there exceeding 100 degrees Fahrenheit during the day. So he's out for his walk as usual. 2 degrees Celsius is what he's experiencing, and things are a little bit chilly. I guess if you've acclimated to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, then 2 degrees Celsius is a little bit of a switch. Anyways, Charles, I'll let you come back with any questions or queries.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that relay, Mac. As a matter of fact, when Vern came back for the relay, I managed to pick him up. Quite a bit of bacon frying, but I could make out everything he said. So very good, Vern. Yes, I was watching. I was following the temperature news in the U.S. there and the whole Southwest broke records for March temperatures. 100 degrees is unheard of in a lot of, and a large swath of the U.S. was like that. But hopefully, Vern, you made good use of that warm weather there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good copy on you, Chuck. I crossed the street. Can you copy me better? And thank you, Mac, for the relay.
Yeah, there's still a ton of bacon frying, but I can make you out there, Vern. So welcome back. I'm glad. I hope your trip back was uneventful.
Yeah, fortunately, it absolutely was. We have never flown there with Porter before out of Pearson, and it was direct flight, no problem. A couple of minute delay, but it was a pretty good flight. And yeah, Chuck, also while there, we went to an air show with the grandkids, and a couple of hours in, they weren't feeling well. It was way too hot, no shade at all, so we had to leave early. Yeah, those temperatures are about 25 degrees Fahrenheit above what they normally get in March. Anyway, won't hold it up, Chuck. Thanks for doing it. Sorry, I know. I just said it. Mac's going to get me for it. V3CRF.
That was too easy.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try and find my sound effects again. All right, very good, Vern. Thank you so much for your check-in, and you're coming in better and better. You must be walking towards me. Anyhow, enjoy your walk and the rest of the evening, and we'll talk to you again soon. And so, with that, we'll clear with VA3 Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. And thank you, Jack, for waiting, patiently waiting. VE3 RUB, you still there?
Yep, VE3RUB. Good evening, Chuck. Just doing a little bit of studying here right now, so I thought I'd check in quickly and get my name on the log there. Hope all is well. Got a lot of flutter tonight for some reason between me and you. It's up and down like an airplane. I don't know, like shot. I just like up and down like you're mobile, but conditions are kind of up and down here for some reason tonight. You got the same on me. Am I fluttering to you?
Yeah, that's a Roger. Jack, fluttering on this end as well. So I don't know. Maybe you've got some secret helicopter unit there flying around, or who knows? But anyhow, you're coming in 5.9 here. But other than that fluttering there, it's good. I want to wish you good luck on your studying and an easy success.
Very good, sir. You have a great evening and have a great net. And hello to all on net that's listening and who can hear me. I know Mac can hear me. He's quite strong here. I'm not sure where he's hiding, but good signal, Mac, wherever you are. 7-3's guys will catch you later. VA3CJZ from VE3RUB 7-3.
Okay, 7.3, Jack. And Mac is located on the West Mountain. So he's several hundred feet up above me there. So he's got a good location. Anyhow, take care, Jack.
7-3 guys, take care.
Okay, that was Jack in Mississauga. Let's, I believe it is. Let's see who else is out there. Let's open up the net to anyone and everyone with a valid license, that is, who would like to check into tonight's net.
Echo 3, Kilo, Mike, Quebec.
I did too.
India, Uniform, Kilowatt.
Oops.
Victor Echo 3, Sierra Mike, November.
All right, first off, I want to apologize to the station close to me there, BNW, V3 BNW. I'll pick you right up here. But then after, we've got KMQ, IUK, and Sierra Mike November. Let's bring in Bill, VE3 BNW.
Good evening, Chuck, and all some frequencies that can hear me. Yeah, just thought I'd check in quickly. Got my little buddy here, so he'll be going to bed shortly. So I don't know if I'll be back again or not, but throw it in there. This week I did something I haven't done for a while. Ordered a new radio. so it's going to be coming in
Woohoo!
hopefully soon. An HF radio, and I got this bug called POTA, or Parks on the Radio. I figure I'll be camping this year, so I figure why not? I think I'll get that and start playing with that a bit. It's been actually many years since I've been on HF, so I thought I'd give it a shot and try it out.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch. What did you get?
It's called a G90. Saigu, I think it's called
Okay.
G90. It's an HF radio from 80 to 10.
Ah, gotcha. The G90 Zygu. Okay, very good. It's pretty popular radio. Um, I know a few people that have got one of those, so um, can't wait to hear how you make out with it. And also, how'd you make out with the dog finding mission the other night?
He came back. We got him. It was later on, mind you, but he did finally come back. He got a little hungry, I guess, and we found him. I've been out two since then. Had one up in near Copetown, and or past Copetown actually, and took the drone out there, and we got him as well. So we're shooting 1,000.
Oh, that's good to hear. I'm glad. And so, right on. Okay, well, I hope you have uh, success with your new rig there. Well, that should be coming in within a week, right?
Yeah, it's come up from a place called Radio Oddity down in the States, and
Oh,
they give me the
right.
best deal possible, too, because I saw them on AliExpress, and I saw them all over the place, and the deal I got with that was a combo deal. I got that with an interface for so I can do digital if I have to or want to, and anyway, it does 20 watts, so it'd be basically almost QRP, but hey, now I'm going to look for a mobile antenna for POTA, so I'm thinking maybe get a vertical whip. Apparently the auto tuner in these things will tune spaghetti if you wanted to.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Ah, you're getting there. You're getting the bug again and getting back into it. Right on. Welcome. Welcome back. So, yeah, very good. All right, Mike, or Bill, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for your check-in. And if you have anything else, I'll let you finish off, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, very good. Like I said, I don't know if I'll be able to check in later, but if I do, I'll pop in. But if not, yeah. Thanks again for what you do, and we'll talk to you again. The E3 BMW.
Okay, very good, Bill. Take care and tuck the little guy in. Okay, let's move on and bring in Mike from Burlington, VE3 KMQ.
VA3CJZ, VE3KMQ. Good evening, Chuck, and everybody else listening along tonight on the net. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, I'm one of those many people that you mentioned there, Chuck, who has the Zeju G90. And
Ah,
I've had mine for about, I guess, 5 years now, and use it almost exclusively for portable work when I get out in the better weather and when conditions are right, which wasn't too plentiful last year. Anyway, hopefully this year will be better. But Bill, I think you'll enjoy that radio. It's a good little radio. It's got a lot of features, including an auto antenna tuner built in, and allows you to monitor or at least check your SWR with the right settings, of course. And like you say, it does 20 watts. So it's a good little radio. I like it. Anyway, just another thing, Jack, over in Mississauga, V3 RUB, I guess it is, you're doing well over here into Burlington. I got you, an S8, and I, too, noticed the flutter on your signal, but a great copy. Not a problem at all. Chuck, I did take a look at the Artemis rocket launch earlier this evening around supper time. It was quite a sight to see, and thankfully the launch went well, successful. I guess they're gone for about 10 days, orbiting around the moon and then back, and I guess there'll be, some studies, experiments, or whatever they do up there that will be a benefit to everybody. It's, I guess, part of what the journey will be. So anyway, wish them well and hope they return safely, of course. Not too much more from me. Weather is a little bit dismal and poor today, of course, but we did have a nice day yesterday, I guess it was. I guess that was summer. Maybe that's the end of it. I don't know. Hopefully there'll be more. Just kidding. Anyway, back to you there, Chuck. VE3CJZ, VE3KMQ.
Yeah, I think they're saying 20 degrees on Friday and 15 on Saturday, but that's the only 2 days. So yeah, that fickle weather in Hamilton here, it's really you could almost say that you can get at least three seasons uh, in the same day if you live in Hamilton, depending. So yeah, and I missed the Artemis launch, but thanks to YouTube, I'll be able to watch it a little bit later whenever I choose. So I'm sure that's going to be splattered all over the news. And very good. Yeah, so I didn't know those Zygoos did 20 watts. That's excellent. My goodness. Yeah, most of them only do, 5 or 10. So that's when you need the extra, you can pump it up, and then when you're done with the contact, bring it back down again in power. So that's really cool. Okay, Mike. Yeah, we got hit with apparently another X-class flare. I got an email from our lovely space weather lady, Tamitha Scove, and telling me that uh, about the space weather and that. So, yeah, conditions are going to continue to be not optimal for the next few days, I think. So, anyways, what can you do? Thanks for your check-in, Mike. Anything else?
No, not really. Just yeah, as far as portable work, it really would be nice to get out, when the weather's nicer, and to do some portable work. Those doggone conditions. That's the caveat, though. It just seems, as I said last year when I was out, I think I had maybe one day that was decent, and all the other times were just horrible. Just conditions just weren't there. That's the way it is. Anyway, thanks for doing the net, Chuck, and we'll check with you next time. V3KMQ.
Okay, Mike. Thanks again. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll catch you down the log. Before I move on, I want to say hi to a couple other check-ins who joined us on YouTube. We've got uh, uh, Albert checking in from Barrie, Victor Alpha 3 Bravo Tango. And then we've got Mick from Australia, VK5 Mike Romeo Mike. Welcome and g'day. G'day. And let's see now. Someone else I think is in there. Larry, LBI. Good evening. All right, with that, let's bring in Bill, VE3 India Uniform Kilowatt.
Yep. Good evening, Chuck. Good evening to everyone online and everyone here on Simplex. Yeah, watched the Artemis launch as well. Quite fascinating. Still blows me away how they get break Earth's atmosphere like that. It takes a lot of power. But anyway, I was just wondering what frequencies they're probably using. I know for telemetry they're up in the 2 gig range somewhere, but for the actual transmissions from NASA to the rocket, I'm not sure what frequencies they're using. So if anybody knows, pass along. I haven't researched that yet. And as far as radio, I haven't done much. Of course, I think there's something wrong with the antenna. Can only get it to tune properly on 40. Hopefully, Chris will be over on the weekend, weather permitting, and we'll see what's going on with it. But something physically has changed. Other than that, the only thing I can think of, got to pull the trigger on a new tablet so I can have that for Porta for the summer. The tablet I have now stopped receiving updates at the end of 2022 and is only running Android 11. and it doesn't like running ham 2K. So looking for a new tablet. Not a great time to buy any electronics right now, but nonetheless, got to try and find one. But other than that, Chuck, not too much else going on. Back to you.
Oh, very good, very good. Yeah, I bought the missus one for Christmas there. She had like a Kmart special that was not working out for her, so she's enjoying that. And of course, I had to spring for a new laptop, and well worth the money, but Jesus, they're not cheap. And so I'll be paying for that for a while. Anyhow, good luck, Bill. And oh, as I previously mentioned, I have that mixer, my old mixer, back in the box. And if you're ever interested there, we can talk about it. All right. Thank you very much, Bill. Anything else?
No, and I'll talk to you about that mixer a little down the road. I got to get this tablet out of the way first, and then we'll see about that. The tablet I have now, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a Samsung Tab A. It's just that it's all planned out obsolescence, and I bought the thing back in 2019, so I should be complaining. It's for 2018, something like that. But as I say, it won't update past. Android 11, I guess, unless I jailbreak it. But I think a new tablet's in order. Other than that, Chuck, nothing else. Just be listening along.
All right. Very good, Bill. I didn't check your signal, but you were coming in full quieting, a little bit of noise. So good job on 2 meters there, Bill. Okay, so with that, we have next, we have Matt. Victor Echo 3, Sierra Mike November. Matt, come on in.
Thank you, Chuck, and good evening to everyone on the net and on the stream. You can add me to the list of people that have a G90. It's permanently installed in the mobile, and
there you go.
HF here and there when I get some time to play. Great radio. I'd have to agree with everyone on that one. Good news, tomorrow for many people is Friday, because we're off Friday. Don't have to go to work. Looking forward to that. Back to you, Chuck, VE3SMN. I'll be here for the duration and looking forward to it.
That's right, short work week. So, yeah, I completely forgot. Somebody else said it was a short work week, and I was like, why is that? Oh, yeah, that's right. Good Friday. Very good then. Very good. Well, we all know you deserve a day off there, Matt. Everybody does. You should all just work 4 days a week like they do in Finland or someplace up in Scandinavia there. 4 day work weeks and all kinds of goodies too. So that's probably why they're rated top of the list for places to live. So, anyways, all right, Matt, thank you so much, and I expect you to join us a little bit later for the second half of the net, which will be including a little bit of trivia. Roger.
Roger that. I'm looking forward to it. And just in case we miss anyone later, I will say Happy Easter to everyone on the frequency and on the street.
Absolutely. And I have one more to add to the list here. I can't pronounce his handle here. It's Naruto fans 4. There, I think I said it. And then we have Rick, Victor Echo 3, Bravo Kilowatt. Good evening and welcome, gentlemen. And so with that, that clears my list. Let's see who else is out there would like to check in to the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. Please come now.
Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo India.
Number Charlie Alpha.
VA3 IMW.
V3 Bravo Kilowatt.
Okay, Rick, you acknowledge you got a big hum in there. So I have November Charlie Alpha, Lima Bravo India, India Mike Whiskey, and Bravo Kilowatt. Let's bring in Wade. Victor Alpha 3, November Charlie Alpha.
VA3 CJZ, VA3 NCA. Good evening there, Chuck, and good evening everybody on net. Yeah, it's been a nice week so far, up and down with the weather, I suppose. I was in at work today, and it was a beautiful, nice ride in for a change, so I have the bike at home again. And then turn around and coming home, it was suddenly very cold. So that was just like you said, if you don't like the weather there, it won't take long before you get a fresh taste of it. So that's par for the course for spring, though, so that's okay. Otherwise, not much stuff going on with radio. I did wrap up when the attempts at reaching CY0S out there at Sable Island. I got them on seven modes and bands, so six bands, but I did manage to get them on a couple of areas of FT8, so managed to figure that out with the 7100. So that was fun. I was kind of hoping, lightweight goal of trying to maybe get a N1CC Hunter with the 10 bands, but just the higher frequencies weren't working for me with the space weather, so I didn't get them anything higher than 20, but got them 160, 80, 60, 48, 30, and 20. So that's enough success.
Okay, so now was that on multiple modes, like sideband, FT8, and CW, or what?
Yeah, I got them on CW 80 through 20, so 6 bands, and then I got them additionally with FT8 on 160 and 30. They were also doing CW, but I never heard them from my station on CW at all. They also did a couple of other modes. I think RIDI was in there, but I've never done RIDI, maybe someday. And they did a couple other modes, but their main ones were FT8, CW, and SSB. And so I managed to do them on 6 CW bands and 2 FT8s. So yeah, that was kind of fun.
Oh, very good. Congratulations. I did not manage to get one contact with them, so you know what? I'm not heartbroken. I had a lot of things on the go, and I tried a few times. Uh, it was tough to hear them to begin with, and of course, they weren't picking me up when I could hear them. So, oh well, that's okay. There'll be more DXpeditions for sure. And what else? Yeah, so I've got my power station pretty much all set up. Um, and I've got my battery in line with the power distribution block, and I liked the performance so much, and also the solar. I've got the solar charge controller plugged in to the battery, as well as the plug in the wall charger. So I was so impressed with it that I got another battery. I got the 50 ampere this time, and same company, and it came in today, and it's actually been charging. It still is charging since about 2 o'clock this afternoon. So I can't wait to put that in line. That way, if anything happens to the one, if it's drained out, and at least I have another one. Back to you.
Oh, very good. Yeah, this is the start of of an obsession. That's excellent. Yeah, it's always fun to play with that stuff. And yeah, you end up with a station. What I like about running off a battery mostly is I don't have to worry about switching noise. If I think that there might be something going on, I just disconnect my charger and just verify if the noise is coming from there. Um, because it's totally quiet if you're coming from battery. So, and if the power goes out, the radio still keeps working. But I did find actually, if you're trying that, and if your shack, I think yours is as mine is in the basement. The power goes out, your radio might keep running, but you're going to want some battery connected lighting. Otherwise, you'll find yourself plunged into darkness. Although operating by the light of the rig display is there's something to that as well, I suppose. So anyways, the last thing I'll say about the CY0S is that I kind of like the fact that they were doing POTA out there, so that's a perk that I'm glad I could add to the log, and now I guess it just is a matter of them uploading their logs sometimes, so I'll resist the urge to try and bug them to say, when are you uploading your logs? I'm sure that with over 100,000 QSOs, I guess they've got some work ahead of them. Anyhow, I will pass it back to you and let you pick up some others, and I am here for the duration. Thanks for doing it as always, Chuck. Back to you.
Okay, Wade, thank you for all that. And let's move over and bring in Larry. Victor Echo 3, Lima Bravo, India.
Good evening, Chuck, everybody on the net and on YouTube tonight. I was actually just thinking I was going to ask you how you made out with your power station. I'm glad you got it completed, or you still got some more to do to it.
Well, I made a couple of boo-boos when I made the harness that's going to attach to the battery with power pole connectors on there. I'm going to retry, but I have to order some more. Some more things. Anyways, I have to reorder some more copper lugs and maybe something else. I'm not sure, but so far. As soon as it's charged up, I did make a harness. It will fit. But yeah, I want to make another one. So I'm pretty much complete there, Larry.
Oh, good. Okay, and you went with the power poles? I didn't hear that. Have you been working with the power poles themselves?
Yes, and I had to self-teach myself how to do that and made a couple of mistakes, made them backwards, upside down, whatnot. And had to snip them off and start over. But yes, sir, power poles all the way. I have a fused distribution block, I think similar to the one you showed me. One DC in and 8 out, and they all have fuses. And then the battery is hooked up to the solar charge controller and my AC smart charger. And yeah, we're good to go.
Oh, excellent. Okay, and that's a good way to learn, by making the mistakes. I know it costs you a little bit for the components, but you won't make those mistakes again. You'll be looking at it going, have I got to point in the right direction, the two of them, before I put the actual housing on?
Yeah, yeah. Even though they show you how to, like I watched a YouTube video and I still, wasn't thinking and oh well. And the weirdest thing was the crimper you need for those. I've never seen one of those up until a few days ago, and I'm well on my way to becoming a semi-professional crimper.
Yeah, the crimpers work quite well. They're well worth the money, unless you can borrow one. But yeah, they do the job. They say you can put them on with a pair of pliers or whatever, but the crimper is actually the best component. I was going to ask you something else about it too. They are removable. Once you get the housing on, I had to take them apart, and I use a dental pick. Got a little hook on it. You can actually hook underneath it and lift that little prong up, and you can pull the actual housing back off of it. But it takes quite a trick to do it.
Yeah, I already watched that video, Larry. Thanks. And they used a small flathead screwdriver, and that works fabulous. And I've had to do it a couple of times. So that's why I said I'm getting to be a semi-professional here.
There you go. All right, I'll let you pick up whoever's next behind me there. Thanks for picking me up. I'll listen along. VE3LBI.
All right, Larry. Let's go and say hi to Mac. I should have brought you in earlier when you did the relay, Mac, but I thought I'd let you check in. VA3 India Mike Whiskey.
Not to worry, Charles. We're not going anywhere. You have a captive audience. Anyways, if Jack is still listening, he's doing fine from across the lake. Plus 15 over here, and good signal coming in from Mississauga. And then, who was the other guy? Anyways, he was a good solid S9 to me as well. Yeah, so I'm also guilty of getting sucked into the Artemis moonshot. So good to see that Canada is participating. Obviously, we've got an astronaut that's up there in the clouds right now. Things are going fairly well. It's interesting that they did have a communications breakdown. They had to move to an alternate in order to reestablish voice communications. And right now they're working through some issues with some of the simpler things. They had tasked one of their crew with testing the toilet facilities. And apparently there's an issue there. And also some water valves that are malfunctioning, but they're trying to cycle those and get them working before they go to the next stage and do the slingshot maneuver around the Earth and send the spacecraft off towards the moon. Anyways, lots of fun. Just for Bill's edification, I too was interested in understanding whether we were going to be able to hear anything down here. And alas, unless you've got some pretty fancy radio equipment, you're probably not going to hear a lot of voice. Their voice and telemetry is up in the 2 gigahertz zone for uplink and 2.2 for downlink. So the other part, which is way out of our range, is the high data rate 4K video, which is up in the infrared area spectrum. So I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to capture their video. The one thing that was very clear was that all of the astronauts, in one way or another, have options to access UHF, VHF radios, whether it's linked into their suits or in their seated positions. But those are going to be used strictly for near-term communications, so during the splashdown and recovery process, and obviously as an alternate for emergency situations. So don't hold out much hope unless you've got 2.2 gigahertz capability as far as capturing their activities. Other than that, the G60, the Zygu radio that the other gentleman was talking about, geez, I'm feeling kind of left out. I only have this lowly little FT891 as my field radio, so it does okay. Anyways, just for his assistance, he should also know that we're planning to get together for our group activation on the 18th of April at Valens Conservation Area, and it'd be a great opportunity for him to see a group activation, a remote setup operation that happens very quickly, all hands on deck, and certainly looking forward to everybody participating. And that's enough for me because I've timed out nothing but your patience.
I thought you guys were going to pick the Valens one for the summer.
No. We said Christie Conservation Area was going to be
Ah,
saved for the summertime, and Valens would be a good option for the earlier part of the year.
okay, okay. All right, very good. Yeah. Well, Bill is VE3 B&W was the one with the G90 Zygu there, and um, yeah, he's putting his little one to bed now, so that takes a little while after the bedtime stories and chit-chatting and whatnot. So maybe he said he'd come back later, but I'm sure he heard you if he was listening. Okay, Mac, let's see what else. I think that's about it, unless you have anything more to add.
Well, I think we might have put Rick to sleep, so um, I'm sure he's just chomping at the bit after his nap to get back in here and tell you about contest and all the rest of that stuff. Anyways, I'm going to turn it back to you for the time being.
Okay, before we we bring in Rick, I heard B&W. Go ahead.
Yeah, I heard my ears ringing. What was it? Something about POTA that I heard? I was with my little buddy there and doing something.
Yeah, the Hamilton POTA group gets together quarterly, and coming up will be on April 18th. All the guys get together in one location and activate the park, and this time it'll be Valens Conservation Area, April 18th.
I'll have to mark that on my calendar. Is there a group on Facebook for that?
I don't know, Mac, is it posted anywhere?
Um, so I guess one of us needs to send you an invitation to our Discord group.
Yeah, that'd be the best way.
You can do it that way if you want.
There was a double there.
Yeah, Bill, what's your email?
My call sign at gmail.com.
All right, very good. So that's VE3BNW, Bravo November Whiskey at gmail.com. So maybe if Wade or anyone's listening can send you an invite.
Perfect. Thanks, Chuck. I was back out of here again.
All right, very good. So without further ado, let's bring in Victor Echo 3, Bravo Kilowatt.
Yeah, is there a hum on here there, Chuck? Yeah, I think you said something about a hum.
Yeah, no hum now. The audio's pretty powerful though, but yeah, no hum.
Well, okay, very good. Well, I'm on my old 2-meter sideband all-bat mode radio, so I'm on also the homemade quad pointed at you probably. Yeah, pretty close anyway. So yeah, I had the other radio one. That's probably why I had a hum or whatever. Okay. Yeah. Well, you got power pole set up. That sounds good. And I'm not sure what kind of radio Bill got. What brand is that? Because I was just looking at a Chinese make that was 20 watts. And, it says, why buy 7300 when you can buy one of these for, $400 or something?
Yeah, it's called the Zygu G90, the Zygu G90, and that's spelled with an X. Uh, and yeah, I think they're a little bit more than $400, so maybe double that, but less than a 7300. Yeah, you should look it up there, Rick.
Yeah, I did. I was looking at those today, and the 9600. The 9600, it was $800. 20 watts, worked pretty good. Okay, anyway, yeah, what was I going to mention? Oh yeah, Monday. What happened to you on Monday? We were on 7.147, 7.147, the band was wide open. And Mark told me that some of the signals on there that were coming DX were as strong as my local signal.
Oh yeah. Monday was so I did get to uh 7.150 at 8:01 p.m. and I was hearing crickets. Nobody, no interference, no one. And I saw on my scope that there was somebody 3 up and 3 down. And so I thought I would just wait a couple of minutes and see if you'd show up. And then I started doing something. Of course, that was related to my power station uh, that I was working on. And next thing you know, a whole bunch of time went by, and I just had the heck with it, and I just kept working. So sorry about that, Rick. Why why didn't you? There was no one on 7150. I don't know. Do you use your you use the web SDR to base what frequency you go on? You don't base it on your own antenna?
I use both, and well, the frequency we're supposed to be on is 7.150 plus or minus, depending on the interference. And when we started, there was somebody on 7150 talking Spanish. It was DX, and then there was somebody up about 3. They were really strong, really strong. But Mac found us, but he didn't think it was us there because we had American check-in, and everybody that was on there worked him. So, like he did a lot of talking. He'd been a ham for a long time. Anyway, okay, that explains that one. Don't worry about it. That's the way it goes. Anyway, 7150 plus or minus, and if somebody's on there, which there was DX on there, and the band was wide open. Well, it was good. It was good on Monday. Okay, anyway, we got the Ontario CUSA party coming up, and it looks like it's the same day as that on the air, the POTA. So anyway, coming up is the Ontario CUSA party, and the Ontario CUSA party is split up, and that's so we don't have rovers in the middle of the night. So April the 18th, 1800 Zulu, till April the 19th at 0300 Zulu, and April the 19th at 1200 Zulu to 20 Zulu. And so all the bands are, 160, 80, 40, 20, 15, and 10, and also 6 meters and 2 meters. So on 6 meters or 2 meters, you can use FM or sideband, doesn't matter. And all those other frequencies, both sideband and CW. So that's the announcement for the Ontario CUSA party, and that is an all-Canadian Ontario. It's on. You work the guys out west, work the guys in the East Coast, and it's a truly Canadian contest, which we like getting into. So I'm sure Mike will be in that too, and. Larry, I guess Larry doesn't, left doesn't check in here, but he is really announcing it this time. And anybody that runs low power multi-band, we have a certificate, or plaque, I should say, that is being sponsored by the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club. Okay, that's all I got there. One other thing, they're busy right now, 3760. Randy is on there. I've been monitoring that. 3.760 Randy VA3XV has a net every night, and they're coming in really good here tonight too. So that's all I got there, Chuck. Keep up the good work, and we're listening.
All right, Rick, thank you for all that information. And yeah, I didn't know that it fell on the 18th there, so that's interesting. Okay, well, I have to see who's going where. And thanks for your check-in, Rick. And I'll probably be done all the all the work that I needed to get done there to complete. Once I start a project, I hate stopping, so. Yeah, we'll be good to go probably on next Monday there. Yeah, I want to say hi to Scott, VE3 Quebec Uniform, who's checked in with us on the YouTube stream, as well as Gary, Victor Echo 3, Delta Zulu Papa, and from St. Catharines, I believe. And who did I miss? Whoever did I miss? Hello to you, and welcome to the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, the longest running simplex net from Hamilton. Okay, let's see now. Do we have anyone else? Let's see who else is out there would like to check into the AREG net. Please come now.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Delta Victor, Chuck, it's Cal. I also checked in on YouTube, but I'm not sure if you've seen it yet. So, VA3CDV.
All right. Yeah, no, I don't keep my eyes on that screen all the time. I have other screens I have to look at, but great that you let me know that you checked in, Cal. And how are things with you?
They're good, Chuck. I just had a look at my radios, and I've come to determine that I have far too many portable units. So, trying to get them sorted out and get them all consistent in terms of their menus and stuff, so I can start using them in the summer. So, anyway, probably something that we all do is we buy too much gear.
Or we tend to accumulate. Yeah, absolutely. And if you're like me and you're a bit of a pack rat, well, things add up, and next thing you know, you got to get rid of some of that stuff. But when it comes to radios, I don't know. They just tend to sit on the shelf if they're not being used.
Yeah, I agree. I got 2 Radtels that I bought recently. 2, not 1, 2, for reasons I can't even explain to myself. So there you go.
Well, that's like the radios I bought there, the Quansheng. I bought 2 just because they were so cheap. I'm like, you know what? It's worth you know, uh, the $30 or whatever that I paid for them. And yeah, so I got 2 in case something happened to the other. I really like them. But they don't get as much use as they probably could. But anyways, uh, not much use for them inside the house during the winter. So you know where I'm going. Anyhow, Cal, great signal. You're an S7 to my location and sounding good tonight. Anything else?
No, that's about it. I got a couple of those orange Quashangs too, so I know where you're coming from. They're sort of like the entry drug. Anyways, back to you, 73.
Yeah. The orange ones are a little bit more pricey, so I opted just to get the regular gray and black ones there. So, all right, Cal, thanks so much for your check-in. And let's see now, who else is out there would like to check into the AREG net? Please come now.
VE3QU.
And a QU to you too. VE3QU. Scott, come on in.
How you doing, Chuck? And everybody else on frequency. Heard Rick in there. Good to hear you. And everybody else, I'm also hearing from my base. It's my antenna is only at about 20 feet, about that. Thinking of bringing it up a little bit, but I might be thinking of sacrificing it for a vertical instead with radials instead of the ground planes. So we're going to go that way. Yeah, there's your assortment of radios that are showing up on the screen now. I was talking about radios. I have a Baofeng tri-bander that's camouflage, green and black. I picked it over the orange one. It was a few dollars more than just the base black one, though.
because they charge more for the colored ones I've seen, which is an interesting concept. The radio all works the same. Found out when I was trying to program the radio by hand, which is not easy with the Baofangs. I think they brought it down from the original 15 steps down to 8 steps of, and then also locking it into memory is an additional 4 or 5 steps. So speaking of that, they sent the wrong manual with this radio, the Victor 21 V21, and wasn't too happy with that. But I'll pick up the right manual on the website, hopefully. But and through what do you call it? I'm going to program it through the cable anyway. I've got it down here. I've got the cable in front of me now, so that's my focus tonight. The next hour or so is to sit down, program what I want into it, between 220, 2 meters, and 440. 440. Back to you.
Yeah, Scott, it's funny you say that because when I used to handle the Bofang all the time, it wasn't easy, but um, I was able to program frequencies on the fly. Um, but when you don't operate the same radio all the time, you forget, and then oh geez, you got a different model radio that you're used to, and so yeah, if you can get the programming cable and go that route, but to get you started, and you don't want to forget a frequency, yeah, but it's a good thing to learn regardless. You just don't have to do it manually. You should be able to, but you shouldn't have to. So, anyways, nice to hear you, Scott. Great signal tonight, and thanks for your check-in. Oh, and I see Debbie's joined us. Victor Alpha 3, obey your leader. And my cousin Guy has also joined us. Hello, Guy. Comment ça va? And very good then, Scott. Anything else?
No, nothing really else. Just one further thing. Was there anybody on frequency that knows much about DMR? I just have a couple of DMR units. I need to reprogram the incoming OS that's on them, the operating system for the units. Beyond that, I'm good for programming them, like the radios. I have an Alinco and I have a Motorola portable radio as well. So I'm good for programming those, but it's just the incoming software. I've had no luck putting the incoming software back on.
Okay. Well, if anybody can help you out, maybe on the YouTube stream. If not, maybe get a hold of Huey. Huey is the local DMR aficionado, I guess, around these parts. So there are your options, Scott.
All right, I appreciate that. And as I said, I have an Alinco and Motorola. So the Alinco is a piece of cake in programming. As I say, even through certain concepts of through the radio, but mainly it's meant to be done through the software. So and doing everything else, but the Motorola, I need to have it reprogrammed because I've misplaced my programming cable for that. So I'll maybe announce on the on the YouTube what the model number of the Motorola is, and maybe somebody can give me a hand with that if they have a programming cable for it.
All right, Scott, that's the way to do it for now. If not, like I said, there's Huey that I know of. That's all I can do to help you out. All right, thanks for that check-in, Scott. And so with that, before we move on to announcements, do we have anyone else who would like to check in to the Amateur Radio Exchange Group? This is Chuck in Hamilton, VA3CJZ. Okay, I hope Debbie's doing well, and hopefully she doesn't have a migraine again tonight. I know that was the case last time, Deb. Thanks for checking in. And let's see, where are we? Anyone else wishing to check into the AREG net? Please come now. All right, moving over quickly for some contesting happening this weekend. The first one on my list is on the webpage contestcalendar.com. But when I looked it up, when I clicked on it, it said it was canceled. So it might be canceled, it might not, but it's called the YBDXPI Single Sideband Contest. And it's from another Eastern Bloc European country. And it said on their page that it was canceled for 2026. So it was the only 48-hour single sideband contest we have this weekend. And then after that, we've got the PODXS 070 new member Jamboree. And that's for PSK 31. 10 meters, 15, 20, 40, and 80. After that, we've got the EARTTY contest for RIDDY, 10 meters, 15, 20, 40, and 80. After that, we've got the Louisiana QSO party and the Mississippi QSO party, both at the identical time. And I'll tell you that right now. It's at 1400 Zulu, April 4th to 2000 or 200 Zulu, April 5th. And that's for CW, digital, and phone. And it starts at 2 meters, 6, 10, 15, 20, 40, 80, and 160. So that's the Louisiana QSO party. And the only difference between that one and the Mississippi QSO party is that the Mississippi one is for CW, sideband, RIDDY, FT4, and FT8. The bands are all the same, 2, 6, 10, 15, 20, 40, 80, 160. So there you have it. And then we finish off with the SP DX contest. Oh, hang on. It wouldn't let me do it while I was keyed down here. That's funny. So that's from Poland, but it's worldwide. And that's for CW and sideband. And 10 meters, 15, 20, 40, 80, and 160. So SP DX contest out of Poland. And so that's it. There are a bunch of tiny contests if you want to check them out. Just open up your web browser, type in contestcalendar.com, and click on the 8-day schedule at the top of the web page next to the home button. All right, with that, is there anyone here that would like to make any announcement that they can think of? Please come now.
VA3NCA.
Yes, sir. VA3NCA. Go ahead, Wade.
VA3CGs at VA3CGs at VA3NCA. Just a quick mention that I did send that invite out to Bill, and thought I'd actually mention for those locals who would find a local POTA group interesting, feel free to reach out to probably any of us, but certainly you can reach out to me, and I know Larry and Mac have given out invites. Any member can invite another, so feel free, but if you want to focus on anybody in particular, drop me an email, or Mac or Larry, and we're all good on QRZ, I believe. I certainly am, and so we'll get you an invite out to you. Totally free to join, no obligation, all that good stuff, and we schedule our events through that Discord, and have all sorts of other chats going in there. So everybody's welcome, and it's most used to the locals, of course, because that's local parks and all. Thanks, thanks, Chuck, for picking me up, and I'll send it back to you.
Okay, very good then. All right. Anyone else with any questions, comments, or check-ins for tonight's net? Please come now. All right. So I thought we'd start off with a little bit of trivia. But before we do that, I want to just jump in a little bit on today's date. Today is April the 1st, also known as April Fools. So the exact origins of April Fool's Day are uncertain, though it has been celebrated for centuries across various cultures to enjoy light-hearted pranks. Popular theories suggests it links to the shift from the Julian to the Gregorian calendar, which is moving New Year from March/April to January, or ancient spring festivals. The calendar shift theory. Many believe the tradition started in 16th century France when New Year's Day was moved from roughly April 1st to January 1st, causing those who missed the news or clung to the old date to be dubbed April Fools. Ah. All right, the vernal equinox traditions. Many cultures held festivals around the spring equinox, often involving trickery and chaotic celebrations, such as the Roman Hilaria or the Hindu festival of Holi, which celebrate renewal and spring. Now, the name origin, according to Wikipedia, the month April itself comes from the Latin word aperir, or means to open, referring to the opening of flowers and trees in the northern hemisphere's spring. And finally, popularity. The custom of playing jokes uh, became widespread in Britain during the 1700s. So there you have it. There's a little bit of history on April Fools. Okay, so we'll get back to on this day later, but that's where I had put that. All right, so let's start off with some beer trivia. Just one question, though. And this one here is which ancient civilization was the first to brew beer? Now, you got to think back now, pretty far. Which ancient civilization was the first to brew beer? Yeah, you got the right idea there, Wade. But what were they called? Not Mesopotamians. Uh, there you go. The Sumerians. The Sumerians were the first civilization to brew beer. As a matter of fact, I think they were renowned as being the first civilization.
I'm sure the troglodytes had their own brew.
Yeah, well, yeah, it doesn't take much to figure out when you start eating fermented grapes and you get tipsy. It should give you an idea. But that doesn't involve beer, though. Beer is different. All right, so we had Mick trying to answer that with saying the Chinese, and well, as far as we know, it's the Sumerians. But thanks for trying. And now let's go to the next question. Uh, who voiced the character of Sully in the Monsters, Inc. movies? Who voiced the character of Sully in the Monsters, Inc. movies? It's a very familiar voice. And I see Matt and Scott both got that right. It is John Goodman. Very good. Yeah, I liked him as an actor. He's done a lot of movies too. All right. Let's try some history. In which year did the American Civil War begin? What year did the American Civil War begin? And that started in 1861. I got a funny one for you. Mick has come back with the answer 1861. Very good, Mick. So next, get ready for this one. What word becomes shorter when you add two letters to it? The answer is the word short. What word becomes shorter when you add two letters to it? Oh, geez. Where's Bill, IUK? All right, let's go to South America now. Which South American country has coastline on both the Pacific and the Caribbean Sea? Which South American country has coastline on both the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea?
Sounds like Panama.
Well, you're in the right direction, the right region, but it is Colombia. Colombia. What is the art form of precisely folding paper into shapes and animals?
Origami.
All right, Scott, you got that one right, and Mac as well, and a couple of everyone on the YouTube stream there, Wade, Matt, and Mick. Very good.
Could never do it though.
No. All right. What is the largest state in the United States? What's the largest?
Texas.
Eh,
Montana?
meh. Ding, ding, ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Wade got Alaska is the largest state in the United States. Mick is close second in there. Very good, Mick.
Does it happen to say second and third and so on, or no?
No, sir. Scott, I'm reading questions here with an answer, and then I move on.
Oh no, I just thought, what you just did is, because I was going to say Hawaii because it spanned across a few islands, so it would make it the largest state.
That's the answer I have here, and I'm sticking with it. But nice way of looking at things. But I think they might be talking about surface area, one piece of land. But anyways, nice try. Uh, okay.
Of course, the largest state in the United States is the state of confusion because it encircles the entire populace.
Yeah, the Kinks sing a song called State of Confusion. I like that song. All right, let's go into Mac's kitchen and see what he has to say. What Japanese dish consists of skewered grilled chicken, often served with tare sauce? Tare. What Japanese dish consists of skewered grilled chicken, often served with tare sauce?
Tare? Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Tare. I may be mispronouncing it, but yeah, the answer is yakitori. Yeah, yeah. Oh, what board game was originally called Crisscross Words?
Scrabble?
Was it Scrabble?
Scrabble?
Scrabble dabble, do ya? Absolutely, it is Scrabble. Way to go, Scott, Larry, Matt, Wade, Mick. Everybody got it. Very good. Crisscross words. Kind of gives it away there. Very good. I think we did this one before, but which vegetable was the first to be grown in space?
Tomatoes.
Yeah, think Matt Damon. Yep, it is the potato. It wasn't grown on Mars, but it was grown in space. The potato. Potato, potato. All right, which singer's real name is Reginald Kenneth Dwight?
Elton John.
Elton John.
Said Elton John.
Yeah, it's been so long since I knew that, but that was like so long ago I'd forgotten. So, yeah, Elton John. Very good. Everybody got it right there. Mick and Guy, as well as Gal and a few others. All right, hang on here.
Just some real quick an add-in for that. Roger Hodgson was in on an album with Elton John when he was using his former name, one of his first albums. Yeah, and to add to that, I have this recollection that the name Hercules is somewhere in there somehow. I believe it is. I was reading, doing a lot of reading on Roger Hodgson last night. I was looking into some albums.
All right, very good. Okay. Which is the longest river in Asia? What is the longest river in Asia?
The Yangtze?
Yes, it is in fact the Yangtze River. Very good. Uh, oh, what tiny animal can survive the vacuum of space? What are they called? Way to go, Wade. You got the idea. They're called tardigrades. And yeah, they can survive the vacuum of space. Tardigrades. Make sure you don't get any tardigrades with that sauce.
And what is a tardigrade? Like, what is it? Like, is it a rodent? What is it?
Oh, it's like a microscopic little worm. They found them on the windshield of a space station, I think. That's how they know. They noticed some stuff on the windshield, and they got samples. So there you go. I call it the windshield. You know what I mean. What is the world's oldest known musical instrument?
The harp?
The lute.
Close, but the answer I have here is the flute. So if you think about it, all you need is a stick with a few holes. So there's your flute. And Mick was talking about Dune. Yeah, those didn't they have weird animals on that kind of looked like tardigrades? Giant, giant ones though. But anyways,
Or that movie Tremors, what do they call them? Big Mother Humpers?
yeah, I didn't even watch that.
Not a bad movie, really, when you think of it.
All right, here's another easy one. What superhero has a lasso of truth?
Wonder Woman.
Wade says, I bet banging rocks together predates the flute. Yeah, it probably does. And did you know in India they have certain rocks, probably in other places too, but they have certain rocks that ring like a bell right next to other rocks that don't. That's really, really weird. All right, beer drinkers, what is the fictional brand of beer on The Simpsons?
Duff.
Oh, I can't believe you know that, Scott. It is Duff Beer. A couple other guys got it too. Wade, Matt, and Mick. Yeah, I don't watch The Simpsons.
I only watched a few seasons.
But you know what? The Simpsons is one of the only TV shows that has predicted world events that have come true. I don't know what it is, but sometimes it happens like 2 weeks after the episode airs, or it might be 2 months or what have you. But apparently they can predict the future. The writers on that show. So there you go. This might trick a few of you. Which country is the origin of the haiku? That dance they do, the haiku. Which country is the origin of the haiku?
Japan?
The answer is, in fact, Japan. And Wade put in Hawaii and Mick put in New Zealand, but their origins all begin from Japan.
I was going to first say Okinawa, but based on their familiarity between the two countries, the prefecture they called the prefecture Okinawa, but Okinawa was its own country long before, years and years ago.
Oh yeah. All right, where's Huey? I got a question just for him now. What is the name of the Japanese dish that involves cooking thinly sliced meat and vegetables in boiling broth at the table? What is the name of that Japanese dish? What's the name of the Japanese dish that involves cooking thinly sliced meat and vegetables in boiling broth at the table? It's called shabu shabu. Sounds like a a magician's magic spell. Shabu dash shabu.
Or that's a great song, Shabu Shabu. La 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 la.
All right, next, which cactus is used to make the Mexican dish nopales? Which cactus is used to make the Mexican dish nopales? The prickly pear. All right, we're gonna do one more, and then I have to move on to on this day because I got a whole whack of stuff to let you guys know about. So next, let's end it with who is the oldest winner of a Best Actor Oscar?
Was it Charlie Chaplin?
Okay, I'll try again. Who is the oldest winner of a Best Actor Oscar?
I'm going to say Donald Sutherland, but it's a wild guess.
Anthony Hopkins, or should I say Sir Anthony Hopkins? And there you have it. I'll mark this one for next time here. Hang on a second. Oh, we're on April. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll put a pin in that. And before I move along, do we have any other check-ins for tonight's amateur radio exchange group? This is Chuck in Hamilton, Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu.
Pre-check.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, 3760, 80 meters is wide open if anybody wants to get in there before Randy disappears. He was 5'9" plus 10 on 80 meters here, and he gave me a 5 and 9. So, band was wide open. Anyway, yeah, so what else did I have? That's it, I guess, Chuck. So I thought I'd mention that before anybody that's listening wants to get on 80 meters if they got an 80-meter antenna, whatever. And I used compromised antenna, and that was pretty good. Give me a 5.9 ounce, and I was only running 100 watts, so that was pretty good. Anyway, I've been listening on, and sounds real good. Thanks for doing it, Chuck. V3 Bravo Kilowatt.
Okay, Rick. Very good, sir. And so let's see, where was I now? Anyone else have any questions, comments, or check-ins for tonight's net? Please come now.
Recheck?
Go ahead.
There was one further thing I wanted to add about fixing or modifying things. I have a power supply, an Elenco power supply. It's a 35 amp power supply, but the meters on it, it has the needle meters, but they're stuck. So what I'd like to do is have them changed over to digital meters. Is there something, or somebody would be able to do something like that? And I'll put it on the what do you call it as well.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure if you pose that question on the Discord site there, you might get an answer that is satisfactory for you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, anyone else? Okay, so where do we go now? We go to on this day, April the 1st, in history. So we're at on this day, where are we? Week 268 by my count. And we always start with today's famous birthdays. And we start off with 1883. And Leonidas Cheney, also known as Lon Chaney, an American actor nicknamed the Man of a Thousand Faces. He played in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Phantom of the Opera, and many, many other movies. He was born in Colorado Springs, and he had a son named Lon Chaney Jr., who was also in the movies. He passed away in 1930. And born on this day in 1921, Ken Reardon. That might sound familiar. He's a Canadian Hockey Hall of Fame defenseman and executive. He won the Stanley Cup in 1946, was an NHL All-Star from 1946 to 1950 with the Montreal Canadiens, and he was born in Winnipeg, Manitoba. He passed away in 2008. Debbie Reynolds was born on this day in 1932. She passed away in 2016. She was an American actress, singer, dancer, you name it. She was in a lot of movies. Singing in the Rain was one of them, and The Unsinkable Molly Brown. She was born in El Paso, Texas. Gordon Jump. That might sound familiar. He was born in 1932. Gordon Jump is the American actor who played Arthur on WKRP in Cincinnati. Arthur Carlson. He was also on Growing Pains. He was the Maytag repairman in the commercials, and he was born in Dayton, Ohio, died in 2003. Also born in 1932. That's three people in a row now. Debbie Gordon, and now Norman Abramson. He was an American engineer and wireless networking pioneer who helped develop the Aloha Net. He was born in Boston, Massachusetts, died in 2020. And so that got my attention, and I looked it up. And the Aloha Net, developed at the University of Hawaii in 1971, was the first wireless packet data network enabling remote computer access via radio waves. It revolutionized networking by introducing the random access Aloha protocol, which allows multiple users to share a channel. Its principles underpin Ethernet, Wi-Fi, and cellular technologies. Uh, and yeah, sorry, that's it. So that's the first I've heard of the Aloha Net. That's interesting. All right, next, born a year later, 1933, we've got Stan Weston. He was a U.S. toy licensing agent who had the concept for G.I. Joe. He was born in Brooklyn, New York, and he passed away in 2017. Sam Weston. Um, yeah, hang on here. Okay. All right, moving on. Ali McGraw, female actress. She turns 87 years old today. She's still around. Born in 1939, an American actress. She was in the movie Love Story, Goodbye Columbus, and many, many other movies. Uh, Born in Pound Ridge, New York.
She was in Convoy also. I watched that the other day.
What? I'm sorry, you watched what?
Convoy.
Oh, she was in Convoy?
Yeah, she sat opposite Chris Christopherson.
Okay, I didn't know that. All right, very good. Steve McQueen. Yeah, she was a cutie. All right, next. Born in 1941, Tom Shipley, an American folk rock singer-songwriter with the band Brewer and Shipley. That doesn't ring a bell to me, but the song One Toke Over the Line sure does. Tom was born in Ohio, and he passed away just last year. All right, next we've got 1942, Phil Margo, and he's an American rock vocalist with the band The Tokens. Now, you might remember the song The Lion Sleeps Tonight. Very, very popular song. Born in Brooklyn, New York. He died in 2021. I don't know how he got that voice so high, but That was a unique song. Next, born in 1945, we got a lot of musicians here. John Barbata. He's an American drummer with the band The Turtles. You might remember the song So Happy Together. Anyways, so he played with the Turtles. Then he played with Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. And then he played with Jefferson Starship. He was born in New Jersey, passed away in 2024. Another musician born in 1948, Simon Crowe, with an E at the end, Irish rock drummer with the Boomtown Rats. I don't like Mondays. He was born in Dublin, Ireland. Born in 1951, Henry Gross. He's an American guitarist with Sha-Na Na. That's the very first band I saw live in concert. And he was also a singer-songwriter, born in Brooklyn, New York. Another musician, born in 1954, Jeff Porcaro, an American drummer with the band Toto. You might remember the song Rosanna or Africa. Born in L.A., and he died in 1992. Wow, he was young, 38. Susan Boyle turns 65 years old today. Born in 1961, she's a Scottish, it says here, pop singer. Yet when she was on Britain's Got Talent in 2009, she sang kind of an opera song, I Dreamed a Dream. So yeah, 65 from Scotland. And finally, Mr. Randy Orton turns 46 years old today. Born in 1980, he's an American pro wrestler, four-time WWE champion, born in Knoxville, Tennessee. Happy birthday, Randy. That's it for Born on This Day. Do we have any questions, comments, or check-ins for tonight's net? Please come now. All right, next is who died today in history. April 1st, and we start off with 1976, Freddie Lennon, father of John Lennon. He dies at the age of 63 on this day in 1976. Marvin Gaye died on this day, 1984, an American soul singer-songwriter who was shot dead by his father, Marvin Gaye Sr., during a domestic dispute in L.A. at the age of 44. Next, 1997, and we have Jolie Gabor, a Hungarian-American jeweler and mother of Magda, Jaja, and Eva. Jaja Gabor, Eva Gabor, and Magda was the other one that I didn't know about. And she dies at the age of 100, though her birth date is disputed. Ladies that are born in the 1800s, sometimes uh, the records aren't accurate. All right, passing away in 2002 is Simo Hayha, Hayha. He, I think it was a he. It says Finnish sniper, so from Finland, known as the White Death. I think they made a movie about him, who killed 500 soldiers during World War II. He dies at the ripe old age of 96. Passing away in 2004, we have Aaron Bank, an American OSS officer and founder of the U.S. Army Special Forces, and he was 101. Passing away in 2010 now, we have John Forsythe. He's an American actor who played the voice of Charlie's Angels on the phone, and you never saw him. And he was in Dynasty, the weekly series. He dies at the age of 92 back in 2010. Passing away in 2015, we've got Cynthia Lennon, the first wife of Beatle John Lennon from 1962 to 68, and mother of singer, photographer, activist Julian Lennon, and she dies of cancer at the age of 75 back in 2015. Stephen Bochco passed away in 2018. That might sound familiar. You would see his name after a TV series. American TV producer and co-creator of Hill Street Blues, LA Law, and NYPD Blue. Dies at the age of 74. And Canada's own Joe Flaherty died on this day, April 1st, 2024. An American Canadian. Actually, yeah, he was in the States and decided to come to Canada to join the SCTV. He's an Emmy award-winning screenwriter and actor. He was also in Freaks and Geeks and many, many others. I like when he used to play the Count Dracula there. Very scary. He was 82 when he died. And finally, Val Kilmer, the actor, died last year on this day in 2025. An American actor famously known as Iceman in Top Gun. And he was in Batman Forever. Dies of pneumonia at the age of 65. That's it for famous people passing away on this day. Again, any questions, comments, or check-ins, please come now.
Hey, Chuck, I think that last actor you were talking about, if memory serves me correctly, I forgot his name, I just came back. But I also think that he starred in the Doors movie, and what made it unique is that he sang, I think, 90% of the tracks that he was singing in the movie. So he actually developed his voice to sound like Jim Morrison. Did a pretty good job, actually.
Yes, Val Kilmer did sing a lot during the making of that movie, and it's funny, he got throat cancer, or something like that.
Yeah, sadly. Good actor.
Yeah, absolutely. I liked him a lot. Played I always liked every role he played. I mean, I think he was the Saint in one of the movies there. All right, today in history, we start off with the year 374 AD, and we have Comet 1P/374 E1, which would later be called Halley. Halley's Comet approaches within 0.0884 astronomical units of Earth, or that is what? The distance between Earth and the Sun. That's an AU, astronomical unit. Next, the year is 1778, and New Orleans businessman Oliver Pollock creates the dollar symbol. 1778. So that's how far back that symbol goes. Next, we've got the internal combustion engine. In 1826, Samuel Morey, Morey, is issued the first U.S. patent for an internal combustion engine, which he calls a, quote, gas or vapor engine, end quote. So there might have been a patent issued before 1826 in Europe, but this is the first U.S. patent. In 1853, Cincinnati becomes the first U.S. city to employ full-time professional firefighters. Wait a second here. I have to lubricate the throat. All right. In 1873, British White Star steamship, the SS Atlantic, sinks off Nova Scotia, Canada, killing at least 535 people. Hey, quickly, guys, do you know if it was a man or a woman who first invented a dishwasher? All right, in 1889, the first dishwashing machine invented by Josephine Cochran is marketed in a Chicago newspaper. And in 1891, a telephone connection between London and Paris officially opens to the public. 1891. Also, in 1891, the Wrigley Company is founded in Chicago, Illinois by William Wrigley Jr. And so that's probably why they had a baseball field named after Wrigley Stadium. I wonder if that's the same Wrigley that made that gum. Curious. The Wrigley Company. It has to be. There's only one Wrigley Company, right? In 1905, the SOS is first adopted as a Morse distress signal by German government. Did it did da 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 did it did. All right, in 1924 now we have the Royal Canadian Air Force officially forms. Ah, dear. Now who would name an NHL hockey team the Montreal Maroons? What a maroon. Anyways, in 1926, the Montreal Maroons' Clint Benedict becomes the first NHL goalie to record 3 straight playoff shutouts and a 3-0 win against the visiting Victoria Cougars in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Championship Series. I think they only played 3 games back then.
Recheck.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, recheck.
You're asking about the Wrigley. Here it is, Wrigley Field. It's named after William Wrigley Jr., the chewing gum magnate who bought the Chicago Cubs in 21. Originally built Wangham Park, the stadium was named in 1927 to honor Wrigley.
And he owned the Cubs. Oh, didn't know that. Cool. Right on. Thank you. All right, next, let's go to 1929. On this day, Louis Marx, with an X, Louis Marx introduces his version of the yo-yo. So I had to look this up. Now, Louis Marx and Company was the largest toy company in the world in the 1950s. I wonder how many of you knew that? Louis Marx and Company was an American toy manufacturer in business from 1919 to 1980. They made many types of toys, including tin toys, toy soldiers, oh, I had those, toy guns, action figures, dolls, toy cars, and model trains. Some of their notable toys are the Rock'em Sock'em robots, big wheel tricycles, and Disney branded dollhouses and play sets based on TV shows like Gunsmoke. Its products were often imprinted with the slogan, "One of the many Marx toys. Have you all of them?" That was one of their slogans.
Was that also known as Marx Brothers?
No, nice try though. Louis Marks and Company. Don't know who the company is. I didn't know they were the largest toy manufacturer in the world, though. That's interesting. All right, next we've got the Bonnie and Clyde murder. On this day, 1934, Clyde Barrow kills two young highway patrolmen, H.D. Murphy and Edward Bryant Wheeler, at the intersection of Route 114 near Grapevine, Texas. Bonnie Parker's role in the murders helps turn public perception against the gang for good. Yeah, once you kill a cop, that's it. All right, a year later in 1935, we have the first radio tube made of metal is announced in Schenectady, New York, 1935. And then in 1936, Charles Lucky Luciano is arrested in Arkansas on a criminal warrant from New York. Okay, I had to check this one out. In 1941, the U.S. Navy takes over Treasure Island in San Francisco Bay. Now, that got my curiosity, so I looked it up. Treasure Island is a man-made island in San Francisco Bay and a neighborhood in the city and county of San Francisco, built in 1936-37 for the 1939 Golden Gate International Exposition. The island was named by Clyde Milner Vandenberg, part of the fair's public relations team. Yeah, the Vandenbergs. Okay. Now, we're talking 1941, and the U.S. Navy takes that over because, well, just 3 months ago, Japan bombed Pearl Harbor. So I'm sure it was for strategic defense reasons. All right, so a year later, 1942, Mexico changes from using 3 time zones to 2. Now, I'm not sure how many time zones they have currently, but this was changed in 1942. In 1945, we have the Battle of Okinawa. Isn't that where they raised that flag most famously there, the statue? U.S. ground forces invade Okinawa during World War II in the largest amphibious assault of the Pacific Theater.
That's why they still have the Air Force Base there, the Gardena Air Force Base.
The what Air Force Base?
Gardena.
Dina? That's a weird name. Okay. Did not know that. All right, so also on the very same day, in 1945, World War II, Canadian troops free the Dutch cities of, oh, I can't pronounce them, but there's 4 of them. And Borculo is one of them I can pronounce. And anyways, that's why the Dutch love us Canadians. We were the first to liberate them.
And I was saying Gardena.
Oh, that's even better. Okay, thanks. So 1948 now. The Big Bang Theory, not the TV series, The Big Bang Theory proposed in scientific journal Physical Review by American cosmologists Ralph Alpher, Hans Bethe, and George Gamow. So the Big Bang Theory was proposed in this journal in 1948. Next, we go on to Gordie Howe's fastest goal. In 1954, Detroit Red Wings right wing Gordie Howe scores 2 goals and an assist and sets a Stanley Cup playoff record for the fastest goal from the start of a game. 0.099 seconds after the puck drops for the first time was when Gordie Howe uh, scored the first goal of two, and the Detroit Red Wings won 4-3 in double overtime over Toronto in Game 5 of the semifinals. All right, also in 1954, the U.S. Air Force Academy is established in Colorado Springs. I'm assuming that's where the Top Gun school is there in the mountains. Colorado Springs, Colorado. All right, here's an April Fool's one. In 1957, on this day, April 1st, the BBC airs a 3-minute April Fool's Day hoax featuring spaghetti growing trees in Switzerland. Okay. And just so you know, in 1960, the census determines that the resident population of the United States is 179,245,000. Today, it's virtually double that, 349 million. And in 1964, John Lennon is reunited with his father, Freddie, 17 years after being abandoned at age 5. So that means John Lennon was 22 in 1964. Yeah. Oh, now that you're famous, son. Hey, hi, how are you? Oh, geez. Alrighty, 1967, the United States Department of Transportation begins operation, or as everybody likes to call it, the DOT. And in 1969, the Royal Canadian Mint formally forms as a Crown Corporation. Now, I remember on a school trip when I was in elementary school, we went to the Canadian Mint in Ottawa, which is actually right next door to the Prime Minister's residence. The Canadian Mint, yeah, on Sussex Drive. Am I right, Guy? The Mint is on Sussex, right? All right, in 1970, again, John Lennon and Yoko Ono release a hoax that they are having dual sex change operations. Ha ha. Let's see now. 1971, the International Satellite for Ionospheric Studies, also known as ISIS, or ISIS 2, is launched by Canada and the U.S. Thank you for that info, Scott, on the YouTube stream about Kadena. All right, where am I here? Again with John Lennon. In 1973, John Lennon and Yoko Ono form a new country with no laws or boundaries called Newtopia. And its national anthem is Silence. That has to be an April Fool's joke. Because these are all on this day, April 1st, everything I'm reading here. So in 1976, Helter Skelter, detailing Charles Manson's cult family, their capture, trial, conviction, and aftermath, premieres on CBS. I know I watched it. Also on this day in 1976, Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs found Apple Computer in the garage of the Steve Jobs' parents' house in Cupertino, California. Moving on to 1986, world oil prices dip below, get this, $10 a barrel. Jeez, that's way low. The first price fall since 1977. Oh, I wish it was $10 a barrel today. All right, in 1992, the battleship USS Missouri, on which the Japanese surrender took place, is decommissioned. And this is where it all began. In 1992, the NHL players begin their first strike in a 75-year history, and the 10-day action earns large playoff bonus increase, more control over licensing of their likenesses, and changes to free agency system. So this is why we're all paying several $100s just to go watch a game. All right, 1997 now. 69-year-old Gordie Howe begins playing an AHL game with the Syracuse Crunch. Wow, he was a tough old coot. I met him in person when I worked at the Royal Canal Hotel. He was there for his 65th birthday celebration, so that would have been 93, I think, 94. So yeah, and got to meet him. All right, 1997, the comet Hale-Bopp reaches perihelion at 0.914 astronomical units. And yeah, that's pretty close. And then in 1999, Nunavut is established as a Canadian territory carved out of the eastern part of the Northwest Territories. In 2002, the Netherlands legalizes euthanasia, becoming the first nation in the world to do so, back in 2002. Next, in 2004, Google introduces Gmail. The launch is met with skepticism on account of the launch date, which is April 1st. So yeah, 2004 already, eh? Wow. And then in 2019, a major archaeological site is announced discovered on a reef in the middle of Lake Titicaca in the Andes. And it's dated to the 8th and 10th centuries AD from Tiwanaku State. Yeah, I'm all about that old history stuff there. I love that. That's like Mexico. Mexico used to be on an island in a lake in Mexico. It's weird. Anyways. All right. So still in 2019, on the same day, methane, a gas usually made by living things, you know, when you fart, uh, was detected on Mars in 2013 by the European Space Agency's Mars Express orbiter and was reported in Nature Geoscience. So who's farting on Mars is what we'd like to know.
Or who's farting on Earth and it gets as far as Mars.
That's a bit of a reach. Alien farts. That's right, Matt. Okay, you ready for this? In 2024, Florida's population reaches 23 million, making it the third most populous state in the U.S. And that's more than half of Canada's population that fits in one state. Wow. All right. And finally, in 2025, legendary movie poster artist Drew Struzman announces he can no longer paint due to Alzheimer's. Strussman is known for illustrating over 150 movie posters, including Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Blade Runner, and Back to the Future. And that's it for On This Day. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did researching it. And thanks for listening. So, with that, do we have any questions, comments, or any last minute check ins? It is 10:05. Please come now. All right, let's go to the top of the list and see. Oh, Jack's not here. VE3RUB. Jack, you there? How about Vern? VA3CRF. Mike, VE3KMQ. Haven't heard Bill a lot tonight. I wonder if he's still with us. VE3IUK.
I'm still here.
And you're still here, and you're next. VE3BNW.
Yeah, Chuck, thanks. Just stopped walking the shack here, got a little buddy to bed, and actually what I'm doing this Saturday, if anybody's interested, we're having a fundraiser at the pet store out there by Maine West by Dundurn, and we're using for our own fundraising for our group. And we're taking pictures of with our Easter bunny.
And the pets?
Yes, you can bring a pet. You can bring your wife. You can bring your dog. Whatever.
My pet wife? What? Good thing she's not here.
Sure. No, yeah, it's for you can bring kids. I've done them a few times. I'm the photographer for it, so I'll be setting up there about 12 o'clock. We'll go to probably about to 4, and yeah, all proceeds go to the Dream Team Search and Rescue.
All right, sounds good. Once again, what's the location?
The pet store on Maine West, just before Dundurn, on the right-hand side, right next to the Pioneer Station. I forget the name of the top of my head, but that's where it is.
Okay, date and time?
This Saturday, 12 o'clock to 4.
All right, thanks, Bill. Appreciate you checking in and giving us all that info. Take care.
Thanks, Chuck. VE3BMW.
All right, next is Matt, if he's still around. VE3 Sierra Mike November.
I am still around. 7-3 round. Great net as usual, Chuck. Always entertaining and informative and sometimes hilarious. I especially enjoyed the April Fool's Day short joke you threw in there. That's all from me. 7-3 to everyone on net and on the stream. And Chuck, thanks for another great one. VE3SMN.
All right, Matt, thanks for sticking around. I know it's a school night, so take care and 2 more sleeps till Friday. Thanks again, Matt. Next is Wade, Victor Alpha 3, November Charlie Alpha.
BA3CJZ, BA3MCA. Yeah, thanks there again, Chuck, for another entertaining Wednesday, and always a pleasure and a good way to spend the middle of the week. This is a short week, which is awfully nice.
That's right.
One more day until we get a couple days off there. So I think it might be your garbage night. It was my garbage day, and I guess because the holidays at the end of the week, I guess we don't bounce down the day. So anyhow, thanks for doing it as always. Good to hear you and everybody on that 783 to all. PA3MCA, back to you.
Okay, Wade. So the 2 more sleeps. Well, and then it'll be Friday, but 1 more sleep then. So that'll be Thursday, Friday. Anyways, you know what I mean. A short week indeed. Okay, Wade, take care, and hopefully we'll hear you maybe on the weekend if you have time to get to a radio. So with that, let's see. Larry is next. VE3LBI. Larry, you there? VA3IMW.
Still here, and this pumpkin is headed for you know where. Looking forward to hearing from everybody tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on 446.125.73. Thanks for doing it, Chuck.
All right, Mac, we'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. on 446-125 Simplex. Next is Rick, VE3 Bravo Kilowatt. Rick, last round.
Yeah, we're here 73 to everybody on frequency. And, yeah, hey, tomorrow, will I hear you tomorrow? On the TPNet, the VA3 Charlie Whiskey Mike will be on at 3 p.m. on 7100. So check in. They're on there from 3 to 4 Eastern Standard Time. And, oh, yeah, the net that was on 80 meters, somebody recognized my voice. And they said, we didn't work PK. What's your other call? So I gave them my other call, V3OZY, and they said, yeah, we worked you. Small world, eh, Chuck?
Oh, yeah, yeah. People don't realize just how much of a small world it really is. Okay, Rick, yes, sir. We will be on tomorrow afternoon, and if everything goes right, I'll be streaming the net under my call sign on YouTube at 3 o'clock. We'll see you then, Rick. Take care. Thanks for checking in and sticking around. Next is Scott, VE3QU.
Thank you, Chuck, and good evening, y'all on frequency, and thanks for being there for us, Chuck. I always enjoy the check-ins, also the ability to voice some questions, and also your trivia and on this day. Thanks to everybody for being there, and back to you. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
All right, Scott, thanks for joining us. Hope you work out your DMR issues there. And yeah, we'll talk to you soon, hopefully. Take care. And let's see now. Who's next? Oh, Cal, VA3, Charlie Delta Victor.
Hi, Chuck. 73 to everybody on frequency, and thanks for doing this, Chuck. I know you put a lot of work into it. It's very entertaining. Always learn a little bit, and great session again, as always. Take care, VA3 CDV.
Chuck the Entertainer. My pleasure, Cal. Thanks for being part of our AREG group here, and look forward to talking to you again at some point down the log. And so before I wrap it up, do we have any last minute check-ins for tonight's AREG net? Please come now. This is VA3CJZ. All righty then. Well, I count 19 check-ins, including the YouTube check-ins. Some people didn't have call signs, but I will go over the chat here after the net and make sure I didn't miss anybody in the log. But I want to wish everybody a happy Easter weekend and take care. Get the rest that you need and don't eat too much. So I hope you all enjoyed this evening as much as I did, and I look forward to doing it all again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. This is Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Juliet Zulu, saying so long for now. Be safe and be kind to one another. 7-3.
Thanks for doing it, Chuck.